Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another broadcast of Lake Dallas Volleyball. I'm here at Sanger High at their second official game in their season, and Lady Falcons are warming up for another great game.
I was struggling. I just hadn't shot volleyball.
In this matchup between Lake Dallas and Sanger, both teams are facing a loss of seniors. Sanger losing at least 4 seniors, most of them coming out of the back row, and Lake Dallas missing 2. They're having to rebuild their back row, although I think Lake Dallas is more prepared for their back row than Sanger is. They lost their libero and all their defense, so we're going to see if they can get around that. Although I think Lake Dallas, over this time of regrouping and reconstruction, has been building their team very, very well. McKenna Mars stepping up in the back row, as well as new libero Karen Melvin. We'll see how it goes. Both teams are about to break out of their huddles and will sing the national anthem, so I'm going to go mute. Okay, we are back, and just a quick recap of the night. JV took Sanger in 3 games, a nail biter, and a quick recap of last week of Lake Dallas against Decatur. Lake Dallas fell short in 4 matches. Lake Dallas taking 1 match against Decatur. Now they'll call their roll call and get on to the rest of the game. I'm going to meet y'all real quick and get back to you soon. Okay, we are back, and the Lady Falcons will start with serve. Looks like Ruthie Forson in the 1, Slow Griffin in the 6, but Karen Melvin will sub her out. Caitlin Gunn in the 5, Lainey Shantz in the 4, Macy Banks in the 2, and Candace Collier in the 3. Macy Banks in the 2, Candace Collier. Picked up by Decatur. Candace Collier goes up, great swing, picked up by Sanger and dropped. That'll be Lake Dallas 1, Sanger 0. Great serve by Forson and shanked by Sanger, 2-0 Lady Falcons. Another great serve by Forson, blocked by Banks and unable to be picked up by Sanger. It'll be 3-0, your Lady Falcons leading Sanger.
Oh no, you're fine.
Not over the net by Sanger, another point for the Lady Falcons. Great serve by Forson, picked up by Sanger. And not quite over the net for Sanger. Another point for Lake Dallas, now 5-0. Great serve by Ruthie Forson, again not picked up by Sanger. Sanger's serve receive is really struggling here, and Sanger's coach will call the first time out. Once again, please follow us on all our social media. Subscribe to this page and click on the little bell icon to get updates on when we go live. Follow the Lake Dallas Volleyball Twitter, as well as like the Facebook page to get updates on when we will be playing and when we will be going live. Game is back on, and Forson picked up by Forson. Gunn with the assist to Collier, blocked by Sanger. Back to Collier, blocked again, but out. Another point for Lake Dallas. Score now being 7-0, with Forson still being at the back of the serving line. Great serve by Ruthie Forson. Picked up by libero Karen Melvin. And over by Banks. Sanger finally takes a stop to Lake Dallas's run. Sanger will be serving with the score 7-1. Picked up by Collier to Forson. To Banks, beautiful hit, but Banks is caught in the net. It will be Sanger's point once again, 8-1. Sorry, the score was wrong. It is 7-2. Now 8-2. Sanger serves it out of bounds. Collier at the back line to serve. Great serve by Collier, and is picked up by Sanger. Not quite over. Another point for your Lady Falcons. Score 9-2. Collier with the serve. Picked up by Sanger, just barely blocked by Gunn. Great block by Kayla Gunn. Score will be 10-2. Your Lady Falcons leading. Hit not quite picked up by Karen Melvin. It'll be Sanger's ball. I believe that ball was out, but whenever it comes to that, you just gotta reach for it and hope that you get a hand on it. Sanger will get the ball on the back of their serving line. Score 10-3. Your Lady Falcons still leading. Picked up by Karen Melvin to Banks. Great hit to the back corner. Lady Falcons will take that point, and Macy Banks will head to the back of the serving line. The score 11-3. Banks will play a little bit of back row here. Picked up by Collier, and it'll be Lake Dallas's ball, with Banks heading back to the serving line.
Stay down, center back row.
Picked up by Sanger. And returned, beautiful block by Kaylin Gunn once again. Second block of the night for her, and I don't think she's stopping anytime soon. Score will be 13-3, and Sanger takes their second time out of this match. The girls are now back on the court. Let's hope that Kaylin Gunn is not done blocking that ball. That is all her, and she is right on that right side's back. Macy Banks will be on the back line to serve. The score will be 13-3 coming out of this timeout. Picked up by Sanger, a little bit confusion in the back row. Great pass by Macy Banks. And beautiful tip by Kaylin Gunn. Great spot. Once again, Banks' ball on the back line. 14-3. Your Lady Falcons leading Sanger. Sloan Griffin gets a little bit on touch of that ball, but not enough for Forson to pick it up. It will be Sanger's ball on their back line. Score 14-4. Melvin back in for Banks in the back row. Beautiful pass by Collier to Shantz on the back line. Great spot. It'll be 15-4. Her niece in for Shantz. Her niece's ball on the back line. Not quite picked up for Melvin. Seems like she didn't drop that shoulder quite enough to get behind it. It'll be Sanger's ball on their back line. Score 15-5. Over the net for Gunn. But Forson is caught in the net. Beautiful pass by her niece, although. It'll be Sanger's ball on their back line, 15-6. Picked up by Gunn. Back to Gunn. Great hit. She used that block. They didn't quite press enough, so it fell in between them and the net. It'll be Gunn's ball on Lake Dallas's back line. Score 16-6. Shanked off a Sanger and forced to send the free ball, and it'll be out. Lake Dallas's ball, Kaylin Gunn's ball, still on the back line. Score 17-6. Excuse me. Tipped by Sanger, but picked up by her niece. And to Collier, great hit over the net. To Gunn. Back to Collier, puts it down on a shanked ball on Sanger's side. Score will be 18-6. Kaylin Gunn heads back to the back line to serve. Great pickup by Melvin to Collier. Picked up by Gunn, once again to Collier. Great pickup by Gunn. What a great rally. Great hits. Great passes. Over to her niece. Melvin will help out. Back to Collier. They'll be forced to send the free ball. But ref calls that free ball outside of the antenna. It will be Sanger's ball with score 18-7. To Collier. Great tip, great spot. Although it is picked up by a pancake on Sanger's side and not quite over the net for Forson. It'll be Sanger's ball once again, 18-8. Great pickup by Melvin to the outlet Collier. And blocked by Sanger. Lady Falcons have to stop this rally if they want to continue to gain points and stay on top of Sanger. Score will be 18-9, Sanger's ball. Great pickup by Forson. She will barely get it over the net and not picked up by Lake Dallas. Holbrooks will call a timeout on Lake Dallas' side. If you are just joining us, please once again follow us on all of our social media. Follow Lake Dallas Volleyball's Twitter at LD Volleyball. Subscribe to this YouTube page and click on the little bell icon to get updates on when we go live. Like the Facebook page Lake Dallas HS Volleyball Live Broadcast for more updates on when we will be going live. I will be covering JV games. The girls will take the court once again. Colt Holbrooks only using one of her timeouts. She has one left, but Sanger has none. They will be on their back line to serve. Score 18-10. Melvin will send it to the net, and Forson will get caught in the net once again, trying to block that tight ball. If they want to set a good hitter and to get a good hit out of it, Melvin has got to keep it out of the net, and now they're just going to start picking on her. Ball is out, and it'll be Lake Dallas's ball. Score 19-11. Griffin out of the game, and Melvin serving for her. Banks back in the middle. Great serve by Melvin. And caught on the antenna for Sanger. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball, 22-11. Great serve by Melvin once again, and shanked by Sanger, just barely getting picked up. Picked up by Gunn to Banks. Not quite keeping it inside of the court, but a great attempt. It'll be Sanger's ball on their back line, 20-12. Picked up by Gunn. Great pass to Collier. Great hit. Puts it down on Sanger's side. Score will be 21-12. Shantz comes in to get her niece, and Ruthie Forson will be on the back line to serve for the Lady Falcons. Great serve, falls a little bit short. Picked up by Collier to Shantz. Just quite out of bounds. It'll be Sanger's ball on their back line, 21-13. Picked up by Collier in the back row. Free by Gunn. Great attempt at a free ball over, trying to saving it, although it will be Sanger's ball on their back line, 21-14. Mars is in for Griffin on the back row for serve receive. Picked up by Mars. Beautiful pass to Banks. Uses the block to get the point. It'll be 22-14 with Collier heading back to the line to serve. Picked up by Sanger. Not quite gets over the net on that block. Falls in front of Macy Banks, probably not getting up and pressing enough. It'll be Sanger's ball in the back row. Score 22-15. To Gunn. Picked up by Sanger and returned. Mars not quite being able to get to that one. Score will be 22-16, Sanger's ball. Ball will be out. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball. Banks heading back to serve. Sloan in for Mars. Collier tries to get the tip, not quite getting to it. It'll be Sanger's ball on their back line, 23-17. Picked up by Gunn. To Gunn. Great outlet hit. Picked up by Sanger. Over the antenna for Sanger, that will be an out ball, and it will be Lake Dallas's ball, match point 24-17. Hernice in for Shantz to serve. Right here.
Thank you, ma'am.
Quick delay on Lake Dallas side. We are back with Maddie Hernice serving the ball over the net. Picked up by Banks. Great pass to Gunn. Great hit put down on Sanger's side. Lake Dallas will take the first match against Sanger, 25-17. We are back, and it looks like Sanger will take the first point away from Lake Dallas, keeping the serve. Picked up by Gunn to Forson. Great second shot over. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball, 1-1, with Forson heading to the back line to serve. Great serve by Forson. Dumped by Sanger's setter, picked up by Gunn. With the down ball out by Sean, score will be 2-1, Sanger. Picked up by Calls to Gunn. Ball will be out on Sanger's side. It'll be Sanger's ball, score 2-1. 3-1, I'm sorry. Picked up by Melvin. To Shantz, great hit, but over by Sanger. To Banks, picked up by Sanger once again. Over by Banks, and tipped to a very weak spot on Lake Dallas side. It'll be Sanger's ball, 4-1. To Gunn in the back row. Tight by Sanger. Banks will put it down on Sanger's side. Score 4-2, Lake Dallas's ball, with Collier heading to the back line to serve. Ball will be in on Sanger's side. Score 4-3, Lake Dallas trailing Sanger, with Collier heading back to the line to serve. Served in the net by Collier. It'll be Sanger's ball once again, 5-3, Lake Dallas trailing. Picked up by Gunn, close to the net for Forson, and Shantz will be caught on the net, hitting the ball over. Score will be 5-3, 6-3 on Sanger's side. Shanked by Melvin. Score will be 7-3 now. Sanger leading Lake Dallas. Mars subs in for Griffin as an extra support in the back row for serve receive. Gunn picks up the serve. To Shantz, hits it out, attempting a line shot, however doesn't quite make it. It'll be Sanger's ball, 8-3. Holbrook's calling the first time out. Coming out of this timeout, Lake Dallas truly needs a change of adjustment, a change in attitude right here, because they've been beaten down for a couple of points here and they just keep on going, not being able to pull themselves out of this hold. They need to boost their morale. Someone needs to pick them up, be the energizer, and get them back up as they're trailing Sanger 8-3. Girls will be heading back to the court, and it'll be Sanger's ball once again. Score again being 8-3. Sanger serves it into the net. That one is all Coach Holbrook's points, attempting to ice Sanger out, and it works. Macy Banks will head back to the line to serve, and Griffin will be back in for Mars. Picked up by Sanger. Gunn getting the touch on the block, although hitting it out, it'll be Sanger's ball, 9-4. Ball picked up by Collier to Gunn. Great swing, and it is called in on Sanger's side. Score will be 9-4. Hernice in for Shantz to serve in the back row. 9-5, I'm sorry. Picked up by Sanger. Great pass by Banks off the block. To Gunn, great attempt.
Good decision.
Great hustle by Banks in the back row. To Gunn, roll shot's a short shot to the middle, picked up by Sanger. And a block by Griffin, although scrapped up by Sanger and sent back over. Forcing attempts to tip over the net to Sanger, picked up once again. Great pass by Banks to Gunn. Not quite getting that one over the net, and Lake Dallas loses the rally against Sanger. Sanger will have the ball, score 10-5. Picked up by Gunn, a little tight on the net for Forson. Great shot by Gunn in the back corner. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball, scored 10-6. Great serve picked up by Sanger. Little miscommunication there. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball, score 10-7 with the Gunn heading back to the line to serve. Beautiful serve by Gunn. Once again, picked up by Sanger off of Griffin's block. Shoots to the back of the court, not able to be picked up by Lake Dallas. It'll be Sanger's ball, 11-7. Served into the net by Sanger. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball. Mars goes in for Griffin to head to the back line to serve, score 11-8. Lake Dallas still trailing Sanger. Mars serves it into the net. Once again, it will be Sanger's ball, score 12-8. Mars stays in the game to add some extra support on the back row for serve receive. Picked up by Gunn. To Collier, great tip, great spot. It will be Lake Dallas's ball with Forson heading back to the line to serve. Score will be 12-9. Shantz back in the game for Hernice. Picked up by Sanger. Not quite getting over the net. It will be Lake Dallas's ball, 12-10, as Lake Dallas gets a little tighter to Sanger, putting a little bit more pressure. Picked up by Sanger. Great pickup by Collier off the net. To Gunn in the back row. Great back row attack. Sanger once again hitting that cut weak spot on Lake Dallas' side. It'll be their ball heading back to the line, 13-10. Lake Dallas needs to cover that weak spot as they've been manipulating them. Picked up by Sanger. Beautiful back row attack by Gunn. Great scrappy pickup by Mars. To Collier, free balls it over. Sanger hits it out. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball, 13-11, with Collier heading back to the line to serve. Sanger hitting that back line with Mars unable to catch up to it. It'll be Sanger's ball, 14-11. Picked up by Gunn. Great outlet by Gunn, shanked by Sanger. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball, 14-12 on their back line. Griffin back in for Mars to play the front row, and Banks will head to the back line to serve. Picked up by Sanger. Forced into Gunn. Not quite able to keep that one into the court. It will be Sanger's ball, 15-12. Picked up by Collier. Beautiful pass to Forsen. To Shantz. Great hit. Picked up by Sanger. Forsen takes first ball. Great shot by Kaylin Gunn in the back corner. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball with Hernice in for Shantz to serve. Score will be 15-13. Great serve by Hernice. Forsen to Gunn. Picked up by Sanger. Great pickup by Banks. Tight on the net, but falls on Sanger's side of the court. It'll be Sanger 15, Lake Dallas 14, with Hernice back to the line to serve. Not quite picked up by Sanger. It'll be Hernice's point and Lake Dallas's point. Now tied up 15-15. Picked up by Sanger. Forced into the outlet Gunn. Great roll shot in the middle of the court in that hole. Lake Dallas will take the lead 16-15. And Sanger takes the first time out of this match. We are back on the court. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball with Hernice on the back line to serve. Score 16-15 coming out of this timeout. Out ball by Sanger. It'll be Lake Dallas's point. Score will be 17-15 with Hernice headed back to the line to serve. Great serve by Hernice, just barely picked up by Sanger. Forced into the outlet Gunn. Great swing by Gunn, picked up by Sanger's libero. Great pickup by Banks. Return to Sanger's side. Great pickup by Banks and free balled over by Collier. Banks is hustling. And it will be Lake Dallas's ball as Sanger shoots it into the opposite antenna. Score will be 18-15. Hernice's ball on the back line. Picked up by Sanger. tip not quite getting over the net. Not really a touch there, but the refs are letting them play. Free balled over by Griffin. Looks like Gunn got a touch on that block, and it falls right in front of the back row. It will be Sanger's ball. Score will be 18-16, Lake Dallas leading. Picked up by Collier. To Gunn on the outlet, blocked by Sanger, but picked up by Lake Dallas. To Gunn on the outlet. It will be Sanger's ball as Lake Dallas hits the ball 4 times. Sanger serving, score 18-7. Picked up by Banks in the back row to Gunn the outlet. Great shot, tipped over by Sanger's setter. It will be Sanger's ball, all tied up, 18-18. Lake Dallas seemingly to be not stopping Sanger's setter. Serve picked up by Banks, a little tight on the net. Ball tipped over by Forson will be called out by the line judge. And Holbrooks takes her second timeout of the match. Score will be 19-18, Lake Dallas trailing Sanger. The girls will be headed back to the court with Sanger on the back line to serve. Serve picked up by Collier. To Gunn, great hit on Sanger, scored. It will be 19-19, Lake Dallas tying it all up with Gunn headed back to the line to serve. Great hit by Gunn. Gunn's serve is shanked by Sanger. It will be once again Lake Dallas's ball. Lake Dallas now leading 20-19. Sanger takes another timeout, their last timeout of this game. The girls are once again headed back to the court with Gunn on the back line to serve. Score 20-19. Picked up by Sanger and over by Griffin. Great hops. Picked up by her niece. Great tip by Forson. Ball will be out on Lake Dallas' side of the court. Score will be 21-19. Although upref calls touch on Lake Dallas's ball, giving the point to Sanger 20-20. Looks like Holbrooks will be sending her captain, Forsen, to talk to the ref. Looks like she thinks that there was no touch on that block, and neither do I. Although he will keep his stand, and it will be Sanger's ball, 20-20. Ball will be out on Lake Dallas' side. Lake Dallas' ball, 21-20. Mars in for Griffin, headed back to the line to serve. That, folks, is what we call the ball never lies. Serve picked up by Sanger. And shanked by her niece in the back row. Will be Sanger's ball, all tied up, 21-21. A nail biter of a game as we get closer to the end of it. Picked up by Gunn in the back row to Banks. Sanger hits it to Lake Dallas' back corner. Mars unable to pick it up. It'll be Sanger's ball, leading 22-21. No timeouts from either team. Picked up and over the net by Mars to Collier. Great tip. Picked up by her niece, tight on the net. Forsen takes it. It'll hit Lake Dallas' back corner. Sanger will take it to the back line. Score will be 23-21. Picked up by Gunn. Forsen rushing for it. Manx gets up and wins the block against Sanger. Score will be 23-22. With Forsen headed back to the line and Chance back in the game for her niece. Serve picked up by Sanger. Line refs call it hitting the antenna. It's all tied up with Forsen headed back to the line to serve, 23-23. Tight on the net for Sanger, picked up by Gunn. Wonderful save. Middle tip with Banks and Collier getting a touch on it, but not quite able to pick it up. It will be Sanger's ball, match point 24-23. Picked up by Gunn. To Collier, great hit over the net and not picked up by Lake Dallas. Sanger will take the second game against Lake Dallas, all tied up. We are back with both teams headed back to the court to serve. Hopefully Lake Dallas can fix these little issues that they've been having to deal with, such as that weak cut shot in the outside as well as the back corners, unable to pick those up and run both corners and cover that space. So hopefully they've put in whoever they need to fix that and be able to take this whole entire match from Sanger. Looks like it'll be Forson in the 1, Melvin in the 2, Gunn in the 5, Forson in the 1, Melvin in the 6, Gunn in the 5, Shantz in the 4, Banks in the 3, and Collier in the 2. Sanger will hit their first ball out with Lake Dallas continuing to serve. Ruthie Forson headed back to the line to serve. Score 1-0. Over the net by Sanger and blocked by Collier. Scored 2-0 with Forson headed back to the line. Forson serve picked up by Sanger, free-balled over. Hopefully they use that for a great attack. Great attack by Collier right down the line. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball with Forson headed back to the line to serve 13-0. Collier with great power. Picked up by Sanger. Melvin gets the ball off the block. Gunn to help out. With Banks just barely missing it, faking out Collier and causing Lake Dallas to hit their fourth shot. It'll be Sanger's ball headed back to the line, score 3-1. Picked up by Melvin to Collier on the right side. Hit out, it'll once again be Sanger's ball headed back to the line, 3-2. Lake Dallas still leading, but Sanger trailing by 1. Great pass by Melvin to Shantz. Hit off the block and picked up by Melvin to Banks. Trying to hit that back corner, but not quite getting it. It'll be all tied up with Sanger with the ball, 3-3. Sanger's serve is out. It'll be Lake Dallas's. Collier heading back to the line to serve. Score 4-3. Collier's serve is picked up by Sanger. Trying to hit that cut shot once again and not quite getting picked up by Shantz. Another weak spot. It'll be Sanger's ball headed back to their line to serve. All tied up 4-4. Serve just barely picked up by Melvin. Great attempt, but it will be Sanger's ball on their back line. Score 5-4. Sanger now leading Lake Dallas. Serve picked up by a Gunn. Beautiful pass. Down the line, and it will be in for Lake Dallas. Score will be 5-5, all tied up. Aubin will be in for Melvin on the front row with Banks serving in the back row. Serve will be in the net and Melvin will be headed back in for Banks. Score will be 6-5. Sanger now leading just by 1 point, point to point. Picked up by Gunn. Beautiful pass to Gunn in the outlet, just barely out. It will be Sanger's ball once again. Lake Dallas now trailing by 2 with the score being 7-5. Service picked up by Collier to Shantz off the block, picked up by Sanger. Great block by Shantz and Aubin, not picked up by Sanger. Score will be 7-6 with Bernice headed back to the line to serve for Shantz. Picked up by Collier and forcing the Gun in the outlet. Great spot by Gun. Looks like Lake Dallas celebrated that one a little bit too early, but they lucked out because Sanger hit it out, and it'll be Lake Dallas's ball, 7-7. Once again, another lucky pancake for Sanger. Service picked up by Sanger to Ruthie Forson with the second shot over. Picked up by Melvin to Gun in the outlet. Great hit off the block, just falls short of that back row in Sanger's side. It will be Lake Dallas's ball, now leading 8-7. Hernice back to the line to serve. Serve picked up in the back of the court by Sanger, free balled over. Great use by Lake Dallas as Forson takes it to Sanger's back corner. It will be Lake Dallas's ball once again with Hernice headed back to the line to serve, 9-7. Great serve by Hernice, tight on the net for Sanger. Not quite able to get that one over. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball, 10-7. And Sanger calls the first timeout of this match.
At least they're on JV.
Hernice back to the line to serve out of the timeout. Picked up by Collier. Second shot by Forson in Sanger's back corner. Score will be 11-7 with Hernice headed back to the line to serve for Lake Dallas. Service picked up by Sanger. Melvin not quite able to pick up behind Collier. It will be Sanger's ball on their back line. Score 11-8. Lake Dallas still leading Sanger. Service picked up by Collier in the backfield. On the net for Sanger. Sanger's hit is out. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball, 12-8, with Gunn headed back to the line to serve. Gunn's serve is not picked up by Sanger. Gunn will head back to the line to serve. Score will be 13-8. Lake Dallas still leading Sanger. Gunn's serve is out. It'll be Sanger's ball, 13-9. Service picked up by Melvin to Collier in the outlet. Pays off for Lake Dallas. It will be Lake Dallas's point, 13-9. Great hit by Collier. Banks will be in for Melvin in the front row as Melvin will serve for Aubin in the back row. Melvin's service picked up by Sanger. And return not being picked up by Melvin, falling just short. Sanger will be serving. Score will be 13-10. Service picked up by Gunn to Collier. Sanger will be caught on the net. Lake Dallas's ball, score 14-10. Shantz is back in for Hernice in the front row, with Forsen headed back to the line to serve. Ball is picked up by Sanger and falls on Lake Dallas's side in the court. It will be Sanger's ball, 15-11. Service picked up by Gunn to Shantz in the outside. Great hit by Shantz. It will be shanked by Sanger. Lake Dallas's ball, score will be 16-11 with Collier headed back to the line to serve. Great shot by Shantz in the outside of her element. Service picked up by Sanger. Trying to hit that cut shot, but fixed by Gunn. Gunn hits it off of Sanger's block. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball, 17-11. Collier headed back to the line to serve. Sanger will take their second time out of this game. Both teams will be taking the court. The score will be 17-11 coming out of the timeout with Collier on the back line to serve for Lake Dallas. Service picked up by Sanger but tight on the net. Sanger will be caught with their hit in the antenna. It will be Lake Dallas's ball once again. Score will be 18-11 with Collier on the back line to serve. Short serve by Collier. Picked up by Melvin to the outlet. Gunn. Great hit off of Sanger's block. Sanger to outside hit will be out of the line. It will be Collier's ball on the back line. Score 19-11. Picked up by Sanger to Forsen on the right back. Great shot by Gunn, just scrambled by Sanger to Gunn in the outlet. Great hit off of Sanger's block by Gunn. Score will be 20-11 with Collier headed back to the line to serve. Serve will be picked up by Sanger. Looks like Kaylin Gunn will be caught on the net. It will be Sanger's ball, score 20-12 with Lake Dallas still leading. Picked up by Gunn. To Gunn in the outlet. Gunn in the outlet once again. Sanger scrambles. Unable to get that one over. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball on their service line, 21-12. With Aubin in for Melvin in the front row and Banks on the back line to serve and to play back row. Service picked up by Sanger. And hit is down on Lake Dallas side. It will be Sanger's ball, score 21-13. Ball is picked up by Collier to Gunn in the outlet. Great hit by Gunn on Sanger's back line. That one will be called in. Score will be 22-13. Although once again, up ref calls it out when line judge calls it in. It'll be Sanger's ball. (21-14). Picked up by Collier, tied on the net. Great shot by Shantz down the line. It will be Lake Dallas's ball, and once again, the ball never lies. Scored 22-14 as Hernice heads into the game for Shantz, headed back to the back line to serve. Service picked up by Sanger to their outside. Cut shot again picked up by Gunn. Little confusion on the front row there by Forson and Aubin, unable to pick up that up ball. It'll be Sanger's ball on their back line, scored 22-14. Lake Dallas still leading Sanger. Ball picked up by Melvin to Gunn in the outlet. Great shot by Gunn, although it's called out of the line. It will be Sanger's ball, score 22-16. Picked up by Melvin to Gunn in the outlet. Off of Sanger's block is picked up. To Collier, once again, someone is caught on the net. Looks like it will be Aubin caught in the net on the front row. Sanger's ball once again, score 22-17. Ball picked up and over the net by Collier, and it's called out. Holbrooks will take another timeout for Lake Dallas. The girls are back on the court, and Griffin is back in for Aubin with Sanger serving, scored 22-18 coming out of the timeout. Picked up by Melvin to Gunn. Looks like Kaylin Gunn is caught on the net once again, and it will be Sanger's ball, 22-19. Picked up and on the net. Picked up by Gunn to Forson. Great second shot by Forson. Score will be 23-19. Just two more for Lake Dallas to take this game away. From Sanger. Kaylin Gunn is headed back to the line to serve for Lake Dallas. Serves it into the net. Score will be 23-20. Sanger's serve is picked up just barely by Melvin. And not quite over the net for Collier. Looks like Lake Dallas just needs to settle down right here and just play how they know how to play. Return this serve quite easily. Picked up by Melvin. Great attempt by Forsen. And Sanger will get caught on the net. Forsen efforts have paid off. Lake Dallas will head to the back line to serve. Griffin will be serving for Melvin this time. Score 24 to 21. Lake Dallas leading. Picked up by Sanger. Sanger once again hitting that cut shot with Collier failing to cut in and pass that off. Melvin will be back in the game for Griffin with Sanger serving. Score 24 to 22. Service picked up by Gunn. To Banks hitting it in on Sanger's side. Lake Dallas will take match 3 against Sanger, leading 2-1. Okay, we are back starting game 4 with Sanger serving, hitting a teammate in the back of the head, not quite getting it over the net. Forsen will head back to the line to serve. Score 1-0 with Lake Dallas with the head lead. Forsen serve is picked up by Sanger. And hit out will be once again Lake Dallas's ball with Forsen heading back to the line to serve. Lake Dallas still leading 2-0. Picked up by Sanger in the net. Great pickup by Gunn. Great block by Shantz and Banks together. Not quite picked up by Sanger. Score will be 3-0 with Forson headed back to the line to serve for Lake Dallas. Service picked up by Sanger and tipped over by Sanger setter. Free balled over by Collier. Great pickup by Forson. Gunn with the assist to Shantz. And Sanger will put it down on Lake Dallas' side on the court, earning their first point in this game. Sanger will serve as Lake Dallas leads 3-1. Service picked up by Melvin, not quite getting over the net by Sean. Score will be 3-2 with Lake Dallas still leading, but Sanger trailing by 1. Ball will be picked up by Melvin and over the net by Forson. Picked up by Gunn in the back row to Candace Collier. Great pickup by Gunn. Not quite able to defend the second attack. It will be Sanger's ball. Score all tied up 3-3 with Sanger serving. Well, ball will be out of the court by Sanger. It will be Lake Dallas's ball with Candace Collier headed back to the line to serve. Score 4-3. Collier's service picked up by Sanger, but far in the back row and free balled over by Sanger out of the court. It will be Lake Dallas's ball once again with Candace Collier serving. Score 5-3. Collier's service once again picked up by Sanger. And Collier is unable to defend the right front attack. It will be Sanger's ball. Score 5-4. Great serve. Melvin unable to get to dig against Sanger. It'll be all tied up 5-5 with Sanger's ball on their back line to serve. Ball is picked up by Gunn but tied on the net for Forson. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball by a ref call. Banks headed back to the line to serve, and Griffin in the front row for Melvin. Ball's picked up by Banks, a little tight on the net for Forson. Great hit by Gunn out of the outside. Picked up by Collier to Gunn once again. Line judge will call a touch on that block. It will be Sanger's ball, 6-6, all tied up once again. Sanger's serve is in the net. It will be Lake Dallas's ball with Maddie Hernice headed into the game for Lainey Shantz to serve. Hernice's serve is picked up by Sanger, but setter is caught in the net. It'll be Lake Dallas's point with Hernice headed back to the serving line once again. Hernice's serve is picked up by Sanger. Gunn on the outside, touched by Sanger. Picked up by Melvin. Beautiful dig to Gunn. Just falling behind the front row hitters on Sanger's side. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball, 9-6, with Hernice headed back to the line to serve for Lake Dallas. Ball's picked up by Sanger, tight on the net. Picked up by Melvin to Gunn. Great hit using the right front's block. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball, 10-6, and Sanger calls their first timeout in this game. Both teams that headed back to the court. It'll be Hernice on Lake Dallas's back line to serve, with the score coming out of the timeout being 10-6. During this little delay, I just want to let y'all know again, please follow us on all forms of social media. The LD Volleyball Twitter, you can follow where the girls are, at what times, what time they're playing. Subscribe to this YouTube page and click the little bell icon to get updates on when we go live. Like the Facebook page, Lake Dallas HS Volleyball Live Broadcast, for more updates on when I will be going to live, because sometime very soon I'll cover a few JV games. So if you have daughters, granddaughters that play on JV, listen in. Sanger's hit is shanked by Collier. It'll be Sanger's ball, score 10-7. Sanger's serve picked up by Melvin in the back row. To Gunn off of Sanger's block and shanked. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball, 11-7, with Gunn headed back to the line to serve. Collier picks up Sanger's hit. To Melvin in the back row, just barely picked up by Gunn to Collier. Sanger unable to return it to Lake Dallas side. It will be Lake Dallas's ball, with Gunn headed back to the line to serve, 12-7. Sanger will shank Gunn's serve. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball. Once again, Gunn served, 13-7. Hernice will pick up that wonderful hit out of the right side of Sanger. Unable to pick up the line shot on Sanger's side. It will be Sanger's ball against Lake Dallas, 8-13. Lake Dallas still leading Sanger. Sanger's serve will be in the net. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball. Banks will be in for Melvin in the front row with Griffin coming out and Melvin serving for. Score will be 14-8. Melvin's serve is picked up by Sanger. Just off of Lake Dallas ball. Great block by Collier. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball with Melvin going back to the line to serve 15-8. Collier came out of nowhere with that block and it hit the back line. Melvin's serve is picked up by Sanger to the outlet. Not quite getting over the net. It'll be once again Lake Dallas's point, 16-8. Sanger takes their second timeout of this game, game 4. Their last timeout. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball when we come out of the timeout. Sanger has no timeouts and Lake Dallas has 2 remaining. Melvin on the back line to serve 16-8. Melvin's serve is picked up by Sanger and returned once again, hitting that back corner on Lake Dallas's side. Melvin unable to pick it up. It'll be Sanger's ball, score 16-9. Service picked up by Melvin, but just barely not getting over the net. It'll be Sanger's ball, 16-10. Sorry. Great pickup by Forsen. Shantz is back in for her niece on the front row with Forsen headed back to the line to serve. Scored 17-10. Lake Dallas still leading Sanger. Sanger just missing that set. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball with Forsen still serving 18-10. If Lake Dallas can finish this game, they will have beat Sanger and we can all go home. Sanger's hit is picked up by Lake Dallas with a down ball by Gunn. To Collier in the outlet. Collier is caught on the net. It will be Sanger's ball, 18-11. Ball is picked up by Gunn to Banks. Just barely tipped over by Sanger to Shantz. With a single block out of Sanger, it'll be their ball once again, 18-12, with Lake Dallas still leading. Picked up by Lake Dallas. To Collier. Collier's back row attack is just fell short of the court. Holbrooks calls her first timeout of the game. Great hit by Banks is picked up by Sanger to Gunn just over the net on Sanger's side. Sanger not quite gets it over. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball, 19-13, with Collier headed back to the line to serve. Collier's serve is picked up by Sanger, but tied on the net. Picked up by Forson. Great dig to Shantz. Shot to the back of the court, but picked up by Melvin. To the outlet, Gunn. Tied on the net for Sanger. Falls right in the middle of the court on Lake Dallas' side. It'll be Sanger's ball, scored 19-14. Service picked up by Gunn. Beautiful pass. Banks tips it on Sanger's side and they shank it. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball, 20-14. Griffin in for Melvin on the back row and Banks serving for Melvin on the back row. Banks serve not quite getting over the net. It'll be Sanger's ball, 20-15. Ball is picked up by Gunn. Gunn hits it down the line. Great shot. It'll be 21-15. Lake Dallas still leading, with Maddie Hernice in the game for Lainey Shantz to serve. Ball's picked up by Sanger, but far in their back row, has to free ball it over. And the free ball drops on Lake Dallas' side, with Sanger serving 21-16. Lake Dallas is 4 points away from taking this whole entire match from Sanger. Picked up by Lake Dallas to Gunn. Great shot once again by Kaylin Gunn out of the outside. Gunn will serve for Lake Dallas, scored 22-16. Ball is picked up by Sanger and hit out of their right side, but does not make it inside the court. It'll be Lake Dallas's ball once again, with Kaylin Gunn serving 23-16. Return by Gunn to Collier. Great shot by Collier. Forson goes for the second shot, just barely picked up by Sanger. Sanger unable to get it over the net. It will be match point for Lake Dallas, 24-16. Just 1 point away from taking it all away from Sanger. And it's shanked by Kaylin Gunn, and Lake Dallas takes the game away from Sanger. As the girls are shaking hands, I'd like to say one more time, please follow us on all of our social media. Follow the girls' Twitter page at LD Volleyball. Subscribe to this page to get updates on when we go live. Click the little bell icon, get those notifications. Like the Facebook page, Lake Dallas HS Volleyball Live Broadcast, for more updates on when we will be going live when the girls have games. Thank you so much for listening. This is Mercedes Zaragoza. I can't wait to talk to y'all again. See y'all later.